Hello and welcome. Just checking my recording. Yeah, I've had a couple of nasty blips with OBS for quite a few sessions actually. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're in March, so this is it is second growth stage, or 3 of 4 as it calls it. That's done. Now we have got the worker working. Did we do all of our normal day-to-day sort of tasks? Well, if we did, yeah, no, we did, definitely. 100%. And these are soon going to be like adults. Yeah, so I never know though. Does that mean they need to be 15 months? I would imagine so. But I don't really know the rules. The farm simulator doesn't always follow exactly as you think. No, I'm remembering on Ladyhill where we had young cows, and they were basically they ate grass and they produced milk early, and I'm like, I don't somehow think it's supposed to be like that, but that's how it actually worked. So, oh no, we've got a little bit. So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right, that is why. Yeah, right, we've got a bit of that as well. Do we need? Well, I think we've spent a fortune, haven't we, on fields. Oh, and that's the last field being done. Now, have we done all of the liming and such like things? I've taken precision farming off. I have. I'm sick of it. It's not right. And I thought, you've put up with this for months. Forget it. Fertilise once is. I quite enjoyed it. It was really So that's being done. Nobody needs lime. Fantastic. We're right down to 113,000, but it's shaping up a little bit, is it not? Yeah, we have now got quite a bit of gear. Please don't tell me we need any ploughing doing. No, some strange nasty patches on that as well. Mulched indeed. Stones, not a lot. No, we've been fairly good. If we was going to buy another one, I think we'd be doing 23 and 29 now to make it like a circle. I know we've got the town in the middle, but I actually quite like that. So yeah, well, I think we're doing shaping up quite well, really. I'm not sure if there's going to be like a full term, but I just had to come on here. I'm not pulling it or anything right now, but I'm just sort of saying I'm not sure, because I've got an awful lot on what with Wampsville. Saxilby, I can't say it. Saxilby by Farms in Briscoe. I have, I bought it. Yeah, it's not. There isn't a price, but I paid a price because I think that kind of the effort that's gone into that. I could never pay Farms in Briscoe enough for that, but I have, given a token. Well, more than a token, but yeah, definitely giving him a thing to sort of like say thank you for all your efforts, because I do appreciate it. So that's done, and I'm not sure how to handle it. I might do a special where we do a Saxilby 2 weeks where all I post is Saxilby, so that we're total Saxilby. I've got 2 Let's Plays. I've got a Start From Scratch and a New Farmer Start. And neither are as you'd imagine. This is not the forum for doing it. Let's just crack on with a bit of, let's see how that's doing at the top. I'd imagine we could actually. Have we got anything more to do? Yeah, we can't really just rush through because it is the month of March, and there's quite a bit more, isn't there? I think I'm going to take over because they do faff around a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to say my words, and then we'll have a chat afterwards. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. In fact, no, we'll chat. Yeah, we're not rushed so quickly. I can sort of concentrate, do this, and chat. I probably won't do it quite as well. This is true. Please forgive me for any going round code. No, I think. Well, this is a true test, really, of what your skills like. Because when you're chatting, your skill goes to your automatic skill, to the skill as it is mastered, to at the degree you've mastered the skill, basically. So it is interesting to see how good you perform under pressure and when something else is going on. So yeah, it's I suppose I can. I think a lot of people are interested. It's got an awful lot of buzz to it, and it's not surprising. It's one of the most beautiful maps. Farms in Briscoe is a little bit like Oxygen David, in so much as he's got his own way of doing things. Don't expect Cavalier Roy or JM Gaming where you can remove your fences, the hedges have got collisions. It's old school in a lot of ways, Some of those features I'm not that I prefer Cavalier Roy's and JM Games' approach, if I'm honest. I've got to be totally, they're a bit more player oriented, but I also recognise the talent of someone like Farmstead Briscoe, and I really enjoyed his FS22 stuff as well. He is a very, very skilled mapper. Modern, really. Yeah, some really beautiful nuances that are so so realistic, like little tiny pull-ins and lay-bys for where you'd go into fields and things like that, which you would have, because there's a lot of I've been on a couple of Irish maps where they give you a right-angled gate, but the road was 6 foot wide. I'm like, how am I supposed to go in there with anything other than 3-meter equipment? It's just not fit for purpose. It wouldn't work. You'd have to have 3-meter equipment, and I'm not being nasty, but obviously I'd already got equipment. So on that map, you've got to choose your fields. There were some fields, but they would be scattered all around, that were okay, and that it was just like, I mean, again, it could also be based upon an area that is like that. But again, I suppose if a modern farmer was going to take over, you'd have to increase the size, or I mean, yeah, I was trying to think of like around Sheffield. There are some very old school fields. Trying to think of the name of the place. It reminds me of the Peak District. It's very similar. What's the name of the town? Holmfirth. Yes, just other side of Sheffield, go closer towards Manchester. It's beautiful, very, very old school. Beautiful town, very old school town. But it's, yeah, very, there's some sort of unique fields with dry stone walling that they just, you could not get new equipment in there. So again, if that is what the map maker was trying to achieve, then he did it. Yes, I'm just saying it is for farming simulator, and I suppose he did actually put compromises. You could go through. There were some of the dry stone walling hadn't got collisions, but to me, as someone who's trying to play realistic, me ripping through dry stone walls with equipment like as if it's invisible, to me was just a step too far. I would have sooner him do a bit of a compromise where you can go through and the opening's bigger. Yes, it's a compromise, but if you're going to try and make it into a game, it's got to be playable. And this is what I've been saying about quite a few VR modding, beauty without gameplay, beauty without again, I'm not being horrible, I'm going to put it in context. Now obviously VR modding has converted his FS22 map to FS25. Now the rules of farming are different on FS25. The workers turn differently, so it may well have been alright for FS22, but it became a nightmare when I went on his map and went in an area where there were like trees, there were no declared islands, and a mapper would know what I meant. There's no like drawing, no colouring around the island to declare it an island for a worker. It was just trees in a field. Well, it's going to be mayhem, absolute mayhem, and any mapper should know that. That you know, like the painting thing. But a lot of mappers are seemingly going for beauty over functionality. Well, you don't get any of that with Farmstead Briscoe. You don't get that with Cavalier Roy, and you don't get that with JM Gaming. All very advanced. Although JM Gaming often gets slaughtered for his maps, I think it's put him off a little bit. He's having a bit of a holiday for a while. He's a good friend, and it's a shame. It's a shame that people don't realise the effort and respect the effort that goes into making a good map. It's months and months. I mean, JM Gaming, he is a bit like myself, or he literally throws himself into a task, and he'll just literally throw him in until it's done and spend way too long on that. Yes, his maps, they are, I'm not going to say rough and ready, they're not, because they're very sort of finished. They're made to his specifications. He likes large, big, monstrous things. He always sort of goes on about that, which means he likes the hills to be realistic, and the game can't always handle that. So there's often softening to do. There is on a lot of maps. Yeah, VR modding again. I had quite a bit of softening to do on certain fields, not the ones near the main farms that he would have expected to go on. I went down to the bottom of the map where perhaps not many people would, but it was one of the most beautiful areas on the map. So I went down there and did an awful lot of work, and it was gorgeous. It was just unworkable. I would have had to, well, I was like tearing it to pieces. I was chopping trees down, and I thought, you shouldn't have to do this. This is a major reel. This is almost like you editing a map. It should not be like that. Yes, we all expect to chop a tree down because the mapper didn't expect us to do what there was something we want to do. So you can't expect them to read minds. They're giving you a map, and the rest is up to you. But not to the extent that you're almost better off editing the map. That's a step too far for most players. I've done map editing. I've obviously done modding. I know my way around a map and some of the rules. I don't mean. I think I could have a go at a map. I've edited enough maps in FS19 more than anything, but the rules are not that much different. I've watched a lot of Farmer Bob's channels, a lot of his episodes on different things, and I think I could give it a good go. But again, I'm a content creator. You know, that's what I do. I love playing the game, and I love showing people some shortcuts, and also learning from other players' shortcuts myself as well. So yeah, it is a shame though. It's like the art of map making. There's so many mappers, but not all of them will ever be great. A lot of them will only ever be mediocre. They're not paying attention to like the painting. I saw a lot of this on FS22. It doesn't look pretty, the painting, but you can see Farms in Briscoe, he's got like an edging. You can see it, but he's sort of matched it in Giants. This map, you can't particularly see the way that they've done it. It's very... So you can still paint. You'd have to do it in layers. There's a skill and a knack to it. And if you look closely on a lot of the older maps, you can see... There were... I mean, the older ones, Giants, I think, have got better. And a lot of mappers have. They've probably made their own textures for that kind of thing. Unique to them. Farms in Briscoe has. It got like it said field... And I used it on the edge of one of my grass fields so that the workers know this. The workers work on that. They look for the edging. It's the way that Giants do it. I proved this a couple of times on Riverbend Springs when I'd got a field where they kept on doing weird things on the field. So I said, well, let's just do a bit of painting. Let's go old school, paint the edge of the map and see what happens. And the workers then respected the fact that was the edge of your field, and they never kept going crashing into the trees. It's all about working with the system, but a lot of mappers don't seem to do that. They just want everything to be beautiful and stuff the gameplay. It's a game, first and foremost. I mean, I suppose it doesn't help with a lot of content creators often come from realism. I always try to play the game and am sort of stand alone in a way, and I think it gets me marked down again, similar to JM Gaming. I have very few viewers, but you who stick with me obviously put up with me, and we must be similar personalities where we can sort of do this, and we're playing it in the same way, and we're singing from the same song sheet. But most people are not like that. You know, they come to a content creator to perhaps have a story told, like Mr. CLP would do, but I mean, I'd sort of try to show tricks and alternative ways to do things. And my farm design, I think, is getting better now. I do sometimes do things a bit because I don't want to be editing maps anymore. It's one of those things. I did do it once again at the end of FS22 because I'd listened to one of DJ Goham's, and I thought he has got a point. I thought, yeah, but when I'd sort of done it, I thought, yeah, but I still want to. You are allowed. We're all allowed to edit those maps, to unzip them and actually edit the map if you know what you're doing. You can do it. I did it on Oxygen David's on Calms and Little to tweak a couple of things, and then again on that I thought, no, I don't really want to do this. I'd sooner let Oxygen David be master of his own shit. It just makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. So I thought, listen to your conscience. Listen, it's not wrong. We know that. When I say conscience, I'm not saying it was wrong, because it wasn't. But I didn't feel comfortable with doing it, so I thought, no, leave it be. Let Oxygen David be the master of his ship. Let all of the map makers be. If you're going to do things, just do a ramp over something, a land ramp, or you can disguise things in some situations. It does annoy me, obviously, you can't like remove fences and that. That's when I'm very tempted to edit, so I can put a gate in or something like that where I would like it. Which is really that's how I started in editing in FS19. I just wanted to remove a couple of hedges to make an entrance in a slightly different place, or which you could do in real life. It's one of those things that's always my gripe with Oxygen David, is the fact that, and if Farm Sim Briscoe's the same, I'm not like singling anybody out, and I do have a great deal of respect for Oxygen David, and he is entitled to do things his way. But what I'm saying as a player, the fact that I can't move, I mean, I think, was it Court Farm? The thing I hated the most about Court Farm, it got like some fences around the back, couldn't shift a single one, and I'm like, it's just such a wasted space. I'd like to do something with it and develop it. I thought this was my farm. No, it's Oxygen David's. It's those type of things, and you like think, yeah, but the map's Oxygen David's. Surely the farm should be mine. Shouldn't I be able to do with it what it's like? And not being nasty, I think it's an glory to the map maker. If you watch 20 Let's Plays, if I was Oxygen David and I wanted to see my hand up, and it's quite common, I mean, Cavalier Roy often steps by and obviously looks at some of the episodes to see what you've done on his map. Wampsville, what's his name? D-Tap Gaming, he stopped by on his, because let's be honest, you've spent hours and hours, you want to see like what feedback from players, and it was some of it was positive. I tried to pull my punches a little bit, but I also tried to be honest. I think like skirting around the edges like a lot of people do it's like people have got to know what you really think about things. We've got to be honest, whether that is good, bad, or whether you lose people because of it, and that's the real fear. Everyone's nicey because they don't want to lose viewers and subscribers. I'd sooner be honest. I'd sooner sleep at night and think, if Oxygen David was watching this channel and I said this, that he'd like, and he did a lot of the things that I'd actually said. I don't mean he was listening to me, but a lot of the things that I'd said about Court Farm, I went to the farm that was, the spacing was bad. I went from the main farm as part of the Let's Play across the road to the farm just down the road a bit. The spacing was awful. He agrees, he changed it. I mean, this is something I'd say. I had to make a farm outside the farm with sheds because I couldn't use the sheds on the farm, and that was so. I mean, I never said much. I just literally went outside. Obviously, that's sort of like saying, well, I can't use the farm, and he agreed and he changed it, and then it was usable. The spacing was wrong, which sort of proved he. But I mean, again, no, I'm not. I don't need to sound like I'm Oxygen David bashing, because I'm really not. I have an awful lot of respect for him. It's just some of the things the Grandmasters do, like Oxygen David and GB Modding, who seems to have like hopped out of the game now, where it wouldn't know. I mean, Six Ashes was always my favourite of his. Never a massive fan of it, although you'd think I would, because it used to be a BGA star, but it's something missing on that map for me. But his Six Ashes, I played that one so often. It was probably second only to Sudbury Meadows, which was my personal favourite. There was something about that map, but it was just for me, because a lot of people, when you like talk about Sudbury Meadows and FS, it didn't have season support. It did I had to drop it after a bit because I got into seasons and precision farming, and I thought, you've outgrown the map, because the map's not grown. It's like, whoever developed it was MA7 Studios, was an assist to another modder, and I can't remember the other modder's name. I'd love to have a go. If I was going to make a map, it'd be like Sudbury Meadows, with what I remember about Sudbury Meadows, because I played that so much that I could almost, I think I'd do the roads differently and that type of thing, but I'd make it hilly, lots of forests, and maybe a bit more. I think there was quite a lot of forestry. Whoever the map maker was, had quite a lot of there was a lot of forests on that map, some huge ones. I enjoyed reclaiming the forest and making it into fields. But that was where I started. Like literally was Grandmaster Forestry, ripper of forests. Definitely was something I was. Yeah, and then I got into the farming side and thought, nah, let's leave this alone. It's we've torn enough forests down now. We'll just do it. Obviously, I do it at Wampsfield special. We are pioneering. I can cope with that because there's a purpose behind you tearing the trees. Just to rip forests and make money, although it does make money, to me it's like, yeah, the forests were made for more than that. You know, unless you're going to be sustainable forests where you're planting what you rip down, and that they don't do that, not frequently. I mean, there are some forestry companies that do a little bit, but you've only got to look at South America. That's being ripped and it's not being put back together properly. It's an absolute shame that beautiful forest, species of animals are going into extinct. Even species we've not even discovered are being made extinct because we're ripping forest to pieces, and that's not it's not even sustainable. But we don't care. We just carry on. So again, I mean, they've been talking about paperless for years. We use more paper now than we ever have before. What happened to that? It's true. Eco warrior, well, I do my best. It's true, but it is. We've all of us have to sort of really pay our. You can't moan about the environment being ripped to pieces if you're not going to do your bit for the environment. I'm going to have a little strip here, aren't it? It's not going to be quite. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the book stops without us as individuals, doesn't it? Really, I suppose coming from the Peak District, we had it drilled into us to like shut gates and all that type of stuff. Don't drop litter. I still as an adult feel very strongly about ever throwing litter out of a window. It will stay on my seat and I'll take it in to one of the services, or I'll take it into the office and I'll drop it in the bin. The amount of people I'm following, I'm like, McDonald's papers, they eat their McDonald's in the car and then they throw it just outside the window, and you're like, haven't you got a bin at home? Why would you do that? And you've only got to look at all of these. It's a worse problem now than ever before. There's lots of lovely people who will give up their Saturdays and they'll go out with a litter picker and 10 bags, and they'll go out and clean an area, and you would be shocked at the amount of bags of rubbish that leave at the side of the road. And that happens so frequently in Great Britain, and you're thinking it wouldn't need to happen if we all did our bits. Look, we don't live in good times, we live in bad times where there are an awful lot of people who they do not care about the environment. Of course, there are a lot of us who still do, and we try to do our best, but you can't undo the damage that the masses do if there's a few that do that. Yeah, it's still. Well, it's not used much fertiliser either. Maybe cotton doesn't use a lot. I'm nicely surprised by this. Yeah, I should I'll stop preaching now. No, but it is true. I mean, and I apply the same rules to myself. It's we all of us can only do our bit, and sometimes it can be disconcerting, and you can feel like giving up yourself. And, well, what's the point? What's the point? The point is you can sleep at night and you know you did what was right. That's all that matters. Yeah. And also, if you do believe in him upstairs, he sees it too. If you don't, then obviously that's another matter. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's to sleep at night, to know you've done the right thing, to me is always justice. It's a rare thing that anyone ever talks about fairness. Oh, water. About fairness anymore, but it is true. That the golden rule: do to other people as you would have them do to you. All of these type of things. It's like, yeah, I always think that's a good one. Anyway, even if you weren't a sort of Christian or anything like that, to treat other people as you would want to be treated. Shouldn't we all do that anyway? It's sort of like, like be kind to other people, because hopefully most people would want people to be kind to them. That's how I look at it. So it's rules for life anyway, really. Even if you take the belief system in like some grand creator, and then even for your own sort of benefit, it's much better to be nice. But again, I suppose if you don't believe there's a point in that, then your hearts will probably be darkened anyway, because you don't believe in anything like that. So therefore, yeah, it's true. It does have an impact. Your belief system has an impact on your outlook and everything. So yeah, it makes you who you are, really, to a great extent. And on that note, we're going to get on with some fun. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to preach, not at all. No, it's but you can't help what you believe, and you can't help who you are. And even if you're not going to preach the Bible, which I wouldn't do, you've got to stand up for what you believe in to a great extent, even in a game, because it is you shine through, or you should do. All of our personalities should shine through on who we really are, the real sort of person, what we stand for, and all that type of stuff. Right, I believe we are definitely doing cotton. So at the very least, the one thing I am going to say is I would like to take this to the end. I'd like to see how well we do with the cotton, definitely. I mean, the other thing we're doing quite frequently is running till about this time, because we are finding that we get additional Macroom, you choose your moment. Apologies, I've just got to pop out. It's like popping over these. You may have seen. I'm not sure how pop-ups actually work in the game. Whether you actually see that, because there's a NVIDIA pop-up that often pops up, but I think that's part of the actual gameplay, so you don't actually see it. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, no, that now. So this one has like done a little bit different. Yeah, I'm playing around with this. I've totally ruined it. I haven't, but it's lost all of its positions for everything, and I haven't done anything to it, so I'm not sure I can get it back. I have got another one. Even my backup one was the same. It's like gone strange. Right, I do believe we need to like grab these, don't we? Now, what are we actually doing? Because I'm sure we've got something in mind. Let's have a look. What productions we've got? Yeah, we'd obviously got something, but a small dairy, that was right. It was the dairy we were doing this for, wasn't it? All of the honey chocolate. Right, we ought to get some of this shifted and stuck in, because we've got a shed load of honey, and I don't think we've got any honey in. We have, but yeah, we could do with like shifting it, really. So where is our little trade? I would imagine it's on you. No, it's not. Oh, I've lost me. I've lost all me things off the mini dairy. We can't have that. No, we can't. Oh, it's, I always say it's live modding, so it is indeed. I shall be right back. See you shortly. There, that's better. That's much, much better. Yeah, it's all back where it should be. I've got starting to push my new BI industry symbol. I want the flat one, really. I've got the round ones on this, and they do a bit of a strange. Start to put. Obviously, all of my models were round. Now I deliberately, and Farmer Bob, thanks to his help, made some round decals. Now these are flat. I need to go back to flat decals. Yeah, and that's the world of modding. You just changed one thing, and then you got to change an awful lot. It was still very useful to find out how to make round decals to be able to put on round things. So I'm quite pleased. I do love the way the water buffaloes move. Really are quite special. Right, so let's get this. Yeah, let's get this. No, we were using the telehandler, but yeah, there's only a few bits and bobs to actually do. So let's grab this ourselves. That's why I left this really with this. I thought it was useful for those times when you're like doing things like this. You know, like when there's a few to move, because as we found out, this is extra. Yeah, if you like go through till the morning, it doesn't get affected by this, which I tested both here and on Oak City, where we've got, you know, we accidentally went through one day like too far, and obviously there were loads of like things popping, and I thought, well, let's test this to see, does this affect tomorrow's wool or not, or do we get less? You know, like, as in, are we poisoning tomorrow's supply by grabbing it today? And I found the answer to this question was no. So I'm like, well, in that case, it's wasted. If you like rush through the day and like don't go through even by speeding time up, then to be honest, you're wasting some of your produce. I am sort of getting a little bit more, again, to get the most out of the game. I did know this a little bit. I used to speed up for the VGAs. They used to process more if you sped up to going through. Even on some rare Let's Plays, gone right the way through the night with speeding time up rather than going through to, you know, literally, because I knew it gets you more cash. Now then, is the road at a good price or a bad price today? It's always going to be yellow. So it's about £200. 200. Oh, it is on pounds actually. Yeah, well, that ought to be on dollars, not pounds, on this. So yeah, I'm unsure as to how to what to do about Saxelby. Whether to do just like a fortnight special, where literally we live and breathe Saxelby, and then it's business as usual, or what? Because I've got a lot of some Let's Plays that haven't been aired that I wanted to do full runs, but then I only did about 10 sort of sessions. Again, I've already got loads on the go. I've gone back up to 3 sessions, 3 postings a day, because otherwise I'm not going to post the sheer amount of stuff that I've actually got. Now then, sales. No, we can survive without all of that. We can. So let's go through till April morning. We've done all the work that we've got to do, and we should be cutting the grass in the morning. We'll check sales first. No, actually we won't. We'll set the mowers going. Now, I have, yes, I just had a thought. I've been talking about the bale pusher for a long time now. I've sort of modified well, okay, we can go and see what's up at the store that we can afford, that is. Ooh. Yeah, I've got the next set and a couple of Let's Plays on Wompsville, actually. So, yeah, if you want to see that in action, then that's definitely something we're going to be doing on that. Definitely, because I bought loads of stuff. Although it is ironic that, to be honest, we're not actually... I was thinking about this. I've got into vegetables in a big way, and I've got the... and I thought, you're going to have to do a field of something. You've got the nets out, and you've got all vegetables. How on earth is that supposed to work? It's true. It is true. Yeah, I just, one of those things you don't always think about it at the time. And then the penny drops as you're watching, and you're thinking, oh, that's right. Yeah, we bought a second one, didn't we? That's why our money's down as well. So we've now got 2. I have had more. I have on the Alien Jim's North American map. I love that. That was my favourite that he ever did. I fell in love with it when the CDP did a sort of a Let's Play on it. Who repaired you? No. Fantastic. Right, so then. I don't think we're not going to get enough cash to actually do. Oh, no, this one we said we could loan, didn't we? Yeah, we weren't too harsh on this one. Whereas some I am going to stick to the fact that, we're not doing it at all. So yeah, we will do that. This is going to be a beast for the telehandler to manage. But if I've managed the big, monstrous things, so it can manage. And it can. I've done it before. It's amazing. Yeah, so I suppose it's no different to us having JHHG's fantastic thing, but we've done cotton. It is true. Yeah, I mean, in some ways it probably isn't a terrible, although it does sort of fit our model on what we're doing. So yeah, it is. It's one of those things you're not always sure at the beginning where you're going to go. I mean, I'm not going to sell it now because we probably won't get very much for it, but it is true that we didn't ever use it, but we didn't know that when we bought it. It's it developed. We got one, and now we've got a second case. So yeah, fantastic. So we want to loan 200,000. Yeah, it's actually nice to do this because yeah, I've been like 200,000, so 300 and something. And I mean, we're going to make 30 odd grand out of this. That's sort of main thing. And you have got to be careful with some of the things you buy. Like JHHGs, the modded things made by modders, their options don't play nicely with the purchasing system, and you will lose money on them. But if the Giants ones, because Giant made the feature, they know what to do, and even some of the tractors that look like some of the big classes, they've got hidden options. They still, you'll still make profit, but you won't if you do a modded one. DD Mod Passions, the Rumbler van. I sold that and we gained about 1,000. I was very, very lucky. Actually made anything at all. Yeah, and at a time before I didn't. So let's repay that and see what we've really got. It should still be a fair old whack. We should definitely be making a bit. Yeah, not a lot. We're crawling up, but it's still never. Oh yeah, we've got the Grimmy as well. That it always helps if you sell. Yeah, the amount of times I do that where I'm not actually quite selling everything properly. Yeah, I mean, again, we got that. Oh no, we got it's a corn harvester, corn header, isn't it? Pink one. Again, we've not done anything like that. But then again, the Let's Play, we're staying true to what we set out to do, which is I love to do cotton. I haven't done cotton in a big way like this, so that's another reason why I'm definitely staying till the end of the year. Definitely, because I'm going to enjoy. Yeah, I am. I'm going to enjoy getting the Courseway going with the 2 cotton, or we might get one on each field, because then they won't ever hamper each other. I might even lease a third, because we've now got 3 fields, or we might get one. Yeah, I always did hope we'd get the special cotton header. I think this was just a standard forage, wasn't it? Oh no! Yeah, so I think we should get, like me getting a forage harvester, and we will like get that 3rd one done. So we'll look out for one. Or we could, I suppose, we could use the find used and actually, in fact, yeah, we could actually go for the Colossus itself. Is not a bad idea. I think we will do that. That's what we're going to do. So forage harvesters, or do we go Legatech? We have got 700 horsepower beasts. Oh, and they can go up to 900 horsepower. So we could go LH2 and stick that straight on the front of that without having to buy one of these beasts, because they are expensive. So we could do the find used for that, because we've already got the header. I probably need a fairly hefty, and one of ours we will upgrade to the 900 horsepower. We don't need to do it yet though. Yeah, I'm like preempting that. But yeah, that I think is not a bad. And the secret to that is actually, yeah, this I have discovered. It doesn't care about time through the months. It cares about real time. So even if you speed time up, it's real time. So we need speed time up anyway. What I discovered, it's still random on the hour. I think it does some random roll, and sometimes it will like pop quickly, other times it'll pop. Let's just take it to 9. Yeah, now we've been running time through to do the daily process of the wool and that. So let's just grab the telehandler now. Oh, we were supposed to be doing the. Yeah, we were supposed to be doing this, weren't we? Mr. Goldfish Bowl. Forgot. So let's grab, yeah, even a few of these will be, stick them on top of each other, it works quite well. Yeah, even if you only did 6 tons a day, you're going to keep on with, am I going to clear that? I am. Oh, no, because it's, yeah, this is what I was talking about with the Giants way of doing things. It is nice to see. Oh, okay. Obviously, very nice to see, but it's not nice to see when you see that, when it'll like sits on top of invisibility. I'm going for sealed boxes myself to sort of do away with that happening on mine, so you can't ever see the contents. Although it's a trade-off, you're never going to see that invisibility bit, and it is a game. So yeah, like things like that where it's like flying in the air because it's really on top of, it's on top of a part of a pallet that's been switched off, basically, you could say. That's it. That should do. Oh, you're making a right mess of this. I am. It is true. I think we'll quit while we're ahead. We'll grab another set in a minute. We'll do 2 runs, I think. Yeah. I've tweaked a couple of the sheds because they were a little bit small still. Yeah, I want them to be a little, I would say that's what I'm doing. I'm just tweaking. No, that's not where you need to go with that. Yeah, I'm just tweaking little bits at a time. Ooh. And so we didn't fit it this time, so it did butcher to a degree. Yeah, it did, definitely. Which we've not found that before. There is still a lot, though, to be honest. I'm not sure that we have. We don't have... This is not like JM Gamers where we'd feel this, because we've sort of... Because we've split it between, like, milk and... which I like. We've obviously... When I did this on Oak City, they were all wool sheep, so we got a shed load of wool every single day. So it's not really the same on this. Not a true test. Yeah, we ought to be checking the price of that as well. I thought we were getting the mower going on both of the fields. I thought that was the idea. Have we got anybody on the field? Have we got anybody on the field? We have got plenty of people on the fields. So I should have thought this should have had this particular field already. 21, 2. Yeah, it wasn't showing on the field, so I thought it can't have been the right one. Right, shift those 2 off the field quickly. Oh, actually, it's only him, I think. Maybe no, the tank is in the way as well. Sounds awful. The engine sounds like it's gonna blow up. Oh, it crashes in that corner all the time, doesn't it? I remember. Yeah, we have to like take over the first bit of the mowing because it is incapable of... Yeah, he is. Oh. I think it's out of the way. You know, this one is definitely. Right, so mower number 2. We need another biggie. I think we took them all at the top, haven't we? There's, yeah, some of our biggies are up there. Yep. Right. Growing nicely. We could actually do follow me. That would be sensible. And we've got everybody down the bottom. Okay. That's not a bad idea. Occasionally I do have them. There's not much of it. Yeah, I don't think there's a shortcut around this. It's a big field. So we'll get all the mower going, and then we'll finish off all the preliminary, and then that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's not a bad session, I don't think. So yeah, we will definitely be going all the way to the end of this year, so we can at least see the profit that we make from this. So this is sort of a medium run. It's not a full-blown Let's Play, but it'll be that corner. Yeah, they always get stuck on that one corner right near the BGA. Let's see if they can get... They never get out of it. No, they never get out of it. They're incapable of, like, understanding that all they had to do was go forwards. They just cannot do this at all. Set them going again. I think this time pretty much should be alright. Let's grab that other. No, the Versa is not quite. The T-Wolf could. I'm not sure it's good for the. Let's have a go, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to get a grip of what this is good and what it's not good at. I think I'm coming to the conclusion I prefer it with a trailed lifter. I think then it's going to be fit for purpose. It seems too low for a lot of things. It's definitely been improved, but it still hits enough roadblocks that I think. So it'd be interesting to see how it fares with the mower. But it, again, with a trailed lifter, there's most things it could do quite nicely. So, no, we did it right. The right course on it always helps. 22. 9.4. Yeah, we're very lucky to have the equipment that we've got, really. Let's just see the very beginning of how this copes with this. Yeah, the workers are a bit funny with it as well. It's one of the best steers in the game, but I also found this with the Big Fent, the 1150, that they cannot cope with how good the steering is with it. Oh, seriously? Oh, it's not really blocked. It's just like too close to the. Yeah, they tried to go backwards too far. Yeah. Now, whatever happened to the beginning where they didn't go off the field very much? Why did Giants all of a sudden decide it was a good idea to go way off the field again? I don't get it. It was so much better. They did this last time with FS22. It was quite good at the beginning, and then they kept tweaking everything. And in the end, you couldn't get AI go across the field or anything like that. Now, let's see. How are you doing? Can you even use the mower properly? And the answer to this question is you really can. Yeah, so not bad at all for the mowing. Excellent. Right, so we want one of our tractors. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, now this does suit it. 201 horsepower is not bad at all. Let's stick some. Why is the front mower not going down on that section there? That's a bit weird. Had this before. The game really is a mess. It really does do some very strange things, as well as losing the proper graphics off my seeders and fertilizers as well. I have no idea why they do that. It's crazy. Right, so Baylor is where. Now that is a good question. Where is the bale? Could have left it. Oh, we could have left it across the road because we did bale that. We cut the grass, didn't we, on that field at the top before we changed it to cotton. So it could well be across the road. Indeed, it is with the Fiat Agri, which is quite capable of using that particular. Yeah, it is. Let's grab it. It is nice, yeah. I think I had 3. The most I've ever had of the cotton harvesters was 3, I think. On one of Alien Jim's, I had 2, but on his North American one, I had 3. So we want to set this on almost the beginning. Yeah, so I don't know why I missed that, why the front mower never got put down. 21. 2. Just clean this up before starting. And go. Get straight in the way of the mower, but you know these things. Oh. Right, I feel a time lapse is coming on. Yeah, so we're going to have to get cracking, aren't we? Although I think we're wasting money at the minute. Right, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Would like to try the veil pusher before we end the session, so I'm gonna buy one, but I'm gonna have it delivered. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to be. I think it's still in weights. Yeah, because it's a modified weight. I thought I was going to reinvent it completely from scratch, then I thought I don't really think you need to. So I don't really know if it should be here, and it should be called the pusher, the veil pusher. Yeah, obviously the picture's the same, but it's got so it's not showing the model. It's showing the old model. It has got more going on than this, but yeah. No, we did say weights and things like that we could actually buy, didn't we? Or did... No, yeah, we did. Like little things like this, we can actually do. Plus switch, this is sort of falling outside of the standard remit, really. So we can just see. We need to like jump out and get rid of that and see. Does this push? Yeah, it has got things going on at the front. Needs to be put. Now the bale pusher was an active thing. This is more. It did still work with collisions though. I did have a look at it at one. I'd like in FS25 when I was starting to mod. I did sort of take a look at it. It's got an awful lot going on at the front that you can't see, so it should push bales. But again, yeah, it should, but we should see. No. Well, I mean, it does, but it naturally does anyway, although not very well. Yeah, nothing pushes bales terribly well. So, a bit of an abysmal fail. That's the point, actually. This is a modified telehandler weight as well. Does this still work as the stand? This is the closest to things being right with the telehandler weight as this one. Yeah, this is the one that I've had for a long time. I've actually, so let's just drop that. Can we still pick that up by the rear? I think I modified this and did a bit of work on it a while back. So it will be interesting to see. So I need a bit more work on this. Quite a lot more work on this. Does that still pick up the hitch at the back? It does. Yeah, oh, perfectly. It does. Very low to the ground though. Very low to the ground. Oh, now that did the collision work there. Oh, the collision's on the other way round. Oh, right. Okay. Is that right then? Have I done it the wrong way round? Yeah, you can see there's a bit of invisibility going on. It's actually quite wide. I can actually go quite, yeah, like that. Of course, the model is, but I don't know what's happened to the model. The model is, because I called it a LOD. Yeah, it hides it. I need to remove the LOD bit. Yeah, so that is working. It's just the wrong way around. Which, I know most, yeah, but I want to do it as the front. I want to do it the other way around, really, so that it's, yeah, going that way. But it is actually doing what it's quite wide. There's only collisions can muck around with things like bales. Bales are pains. They really are. Definitely. So I need to alter the height of that as well. It needs to be a lot lower. Yeah, this is my next project because it's annoying me that it's going on. It's a bit like my my flatbed. I thought a flatbed was really easy. I thought, oh, this won't take me long to do a flatbed. It's not. There's not much to it. It's one of the simplest things in the games. Really? You think? Still not done me my ramps. No, they are difficult. I always knew as soon as I did know that. No, we need to be setting that. I think we're going to do the other field next session. I do, because I was just trying to think about how long we did a load of chatting at the beginning. So I think what we'll do is we shall set the course. Yeah, I need to do a bit of work on that. But it does seem to be better at the minute than my other one. So yeah, it's a bit of clean-up to do as well. Quite a lot of clean-up to do. Yeah, I think they must have had a scuffle for the mower to have gone into the self-sufficiency, because I've never seen it do that before. We've run this course quite a few times, so courseplay was always a bit. I remember one time in FS22 on the Old Stream farm where we literally hits just nudged the courseplay worker, and it literally just did a runner straight off the field. It's really strange when courseplay goes off course. Occasionally you get this where it says the work has left the course. It's a bit like that, but you nudge them and they just go mad. They just like lose all sense of direction and just go veer off the course and go mad. So yeah, it's a bit strange. Clean this up a little. Not doing badly really. What with the BGA business as well, the little dairy is not doing terribly well, if I'm honest. Yeah, the dairy of all the productions. But I did find this in FS22. It's quite a weak production. I might tweak it up because it's just not fit for purpose as it actually is. That obviously it was based upon the cycles of a little production, but then I doubled that and even quadrupled it, and even the super I don't find really does a very good job of keeping up with milk on a larger farm. So we need something really very powerful to dairy and to actually do the job. So I think I'm gonna have to go off track from the giants, you know, like model, and like just do my own to try to make it work and fit for purpose, because it's just they trundle along and that you get more and more milk in them as they go along, and it's not really good. Right, 22 9.4. No point starting him, we'll do it next time. Definitely. So we have done quite fairly well. We did all of our stuff up there as well. Oh, the Weaver, I love that. That is a real beaut, that is. Yeah, and now that you've got one that actually, not this one, but the one with the straps, it's amazing. I loved it. It is one of those things that it's a real, I hated it, as in without reason. I thought, oh, but when I actually had to use it on Sri Lanka, I actually came to quite respect and love it. It's got there's a knack to using it, but it also does away with that leveling, the need for leveling that some of us struggle with. I still struggle with it from time to time, the leveling, because the depth perception of the game is not perfect. So yeah, it's in fact it's 2 dimensions trying to be 3. So I don't know how Giants are doing with the 3-dimensional one that they obviously released as a separate version. Again, I certainly, based upon FS25, I think I prefer FS25. I saw Mr. CDP's rundown of it and I wasn't really blown away. I just thought, I don't know. I think it's like anything, a lot of the goggly type games, the virtual, they lack a lot of depth. Really, I spent a lot of cash on actually buying one, and I was not particularly blown away. And that was one of the better named ones, quite a powerful one. I had dreams of taking the channel into 3 dimensions, but there's problems with like recording and the resolution's worse. For to present content, then this is definitely the best. But obviously, it did address the 3-dimensional. Yeah, the fact that this is really 2-dimensional, pretending to be 3, your eyes know the difference. They do. It's still, depth perception is a matter of like shadows, and you sort of like looking at where something is in relation to something else. So anyway, yes, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.